report, how to add a title, how to add this title, logos also. We'll even add logos also. What happened? So sometimes to the reports, we need to add logos also. I'll explain. So like this, sometimes you need to write title to the report, and these are visuals. These are visuals. So whatever the visuals I discussed, those are the most widely used visuals, guys. When you are working in the projects, whatever the visuals I discussed, okay, when we are discussing about the visuals, so whatever the visuals I discussed so far, those visuals are more than enough, guys, more than enough. That are the visuals which we mostly used. Look at this, there is a report, and tell me what are the visuals you are seeing here. This is a map visual, bubble map visual, and this is a scatter chart, and these two visuals are card visuals. This is clustered column chart. This is pie chart. So whatever the visuals I explained already, this is area chart. This is column chart. This is slicer, and this is scatter chart. Okay, so most of the times, whatever the visuals I discussed so far, we'll use that visuals only. For some reasons, in your project, if you want to use new visual, you need to learn only few things, guys. So I discussed a lot of visuals, around 30 plus visuals I discussed. I'm telling most of the times, whatever the visuals I discussed, that we will use. For some reasons, you want to use a new visual in your project. Now, no worries at all. When you want to use any visual, just learn the purpose of the visual. First learn the purpose of that visual. And then learn what are the field wells it contains. And then learn what are the formatting options it contains. If you can learn these three things, you can start using that visual. So majority of the cases, the visuals which I discussed, that are sufficient. If some reasons, if you want, go and learn these three things about that visual, start using it. The next one is, we want to talk about bookmarks, selection pane, buttons. Bookmarks, selection pane, buttons, images, how to add images to the report, how to add images, how to add titles, we'll see. So when you create a report, we'll not only create just visuals. When you create any report, we just not only create the visuals. Let me load some tables here. Click on orders table. So when you are developing any report in Power BI Desktop, make sure to have the page size to fit to page. Develop the report with fit to page. Don't go to the actual size. Don't develop the report there. Go to fit to page and develop the report. Fit to page. So in the report, first, fit to page. One second. So first, let me create few visuals. I want to show what is the quantity we sold. I'm taking one card visual. I can drag the quantity. quantity. Go and drag the quantity column. And if you want, you can format it. Go and select the format, enable the border, and add some shadow for it inside. Fine. So we are showing what is the total quantity we sold. And I want to show what is the total sales amount we received. I can take another card visual. I can show what is the total sales amount we have. I can drag a sales column. I can show what is the total sales we have. I want to show what is the total profits we have. To show what is the total profits, I will go and take another card visual and I'll show profits there. Drag the profit column, copy the format painter, paste it here. So like this, you will go and start creating the visuals. We'll go and start creating the visuals. So I want to show each state-wise sales. I'll go with the map visual. So better when you are showing any geographical data, first better categorize the geographical fields. Select the state column, go to the data category and change it to state. Then show the state-wise sales. Drag the location to the state to the location, and sales to the size. So we are showing each state-wise sales. So like this, you can start creating the visuals. I want to show category-wise sales. Take a pie chart and show category-wise sales. Drag the category and drag the sales. And I want to format it. Go to the format, stop the legend, and change the label style to category, data value. And same way, I want to show region-wise sales. I'll use a donut chart here. I'll drag region. I'll drag sales. I'll copy the format painter, paste it here. I want to show subcategory wise sales. I'll take another visual, a tree map visual. I'll show subcategory wise sales. I'll show subcategory wise sales here. Like this, whatever the visual client is asking, we need to start presenting them, guys. Subcategory wise sales. Drag the subcategory column to the group and sales column to the values. Copy the format painter, paste it here. Enable the data labels. So along with the visuals, now you are showing the visuals in the report canvas. Copy the format painter, paste it here also. So in the report canvas, you are just placing the visuals. Along with the visuals, we want to add a logo, and you want to add a title to the page or report. So if you want to add a logo, how can we add a logo? Go to insert. You'll find, you want to go to insert tab. You'll find an option called insert image. Add an image to your report. It is there in the desktop backup. I have here, I can add it. You can add it, you can resize it, and you can keep it where you want. I want to keep it somewhere on the top. I'll keep it here. We added a logo. And along with the logo, I want to add a text box, guys. I want to add a title to this report. I want to add a title. When you want to add a title, go to insert a text box. Where we can write the titles? Insert text box. You want to insert the text box, you want to write the title. Go and take it and write the title here. Go and increase the size of the, you can write it. What is the title you want? You can start writing it. I'll write some title name like order analysis, order analysis, or sales analysis. You can write it. You can format it. You can select it. What is the text size you want? What is the font family you want? Do you want to bold, and what color you want? You can format it. Do you want to bring it to the center? Or whatever you want, you can format it, guys. If you have enough space, you can write in a bigger way. Like this, you can start formatting it. You can start formatting it. So like this, you can even give a different color. I don't like this color. Let's go with this. Fine, guys. We are able to show a report. Like this, you want to create the page, guys. So like if you, whenever you want to add any logo, just go to insert, add a logo. Just go to insert, add a text box where we can write some title to that report. Now when you save this report, when you publish this report, you will have better look, guys. Always when you are creating the report, go and choose the size called fit to page, so that you will have better visibility when you publish it to Power BI service. Fine. So we understand how to add a logo, how to add a title, guys. Now today's concept is bookmarks and selection pane and buttons. So we've seen how to add images and titles. We've seen how to add images and titles to the report. Whenever you want to write any text, just add a text box, write the text whatever you want. You can add a text box, you can write whatever the text you want. Now what is this? Bookmark, selection pane and buttons. We will explain. So buttons, first I'll talk about buttons. Sometimes to perform some actions, we'll add buttons to the report, guys. So buttons are used to perform some actions. Buttons are used to perform actions. Whenever we need to perform actions, we need to add buttons, guys. So I need to perform some actions here. I have page 1. So I want to add a button somewhere here in the bottom. When I click on that button, I want to go to next page. I want to add a button here. When I click on that button, I need to go to next page. Going to the next page is an action. So buttons are used to perform some actions. So I can add a button here. Let me add, how to add a button? Again, go to insert. You'll find buttons here. Buttons. I want to add a right arrow button. Click on right arrow button. You can resize it and you can keep it wherever you want. I can keep it somewhere here. I can write the button text. For the button also, you will find button formatting options like general, where to place the button text. If you want to write the button text there on this and write it as next page, and you can format it. You can choose the color for that text. You can increase the text size. You can change the font family. You can do some formatting like this, guys. So button text. Along with the button text icon. So you are showing some icon here, right? This right arrow. If you want to change that icon, you can go and change it. You can format that icon, right arrow, left arrow. If you want to change that, you can change it, or else blank, what you want. And if you want to change that icon color, you can even change the icon color also. If you want to increase the thickness of that icon, you can increase it. Icon related formatting, you can format it. Outline, do you want to add a outline color? You can add it. Border, fill. If you want to add a fill color in the background, do you want to add a fill color? You can add it. I can add a light gray color in the background. So transparency, something like that. You can see it. Title. So if you want to write title for this, border, lock aspect, border, shadow, we know about all of them. And action, the most important one here is for the button is action. When I click on this button, what I need to do? When I click on this next page button, I need to navigate from page 1 to page 2. So you can go to the action and you want to on the action. When you on the action, there are different options. Action type, back, bookmark, drill through, page navigation, Q&A, web URL. We'll discuss about it. So for now, when I click on this button, I want to perform page navigation. I'll go and select page navigation here. When I click on page navigation, when you click on this button, to which page you want to go? Destination page. The destination page is page 2, guys. The destination page is page 2. I want to go to page 2. Now, here there is a tooltip. When I click on this, I want to go to the page 2. I have a tooltip here. In the tooltip, you can write some message. So when I hover here, it is showing a message called click here to follow the link. Control plus click here to follow the link. When you press control and click on this, it will take you to the page 2. Why you want to click on control? The report is in the edit mode. As a developer, you need to control and click on it. But client will see the report in the read-only mode. When client is seeing the report in the read-only mode, they don't want to click on control button. They can directly click on this. It will take you to the next page, guys. They can directly click on this button. So here, if you want to write some message there, here in the actions, if you want to write your own message, click here to go to next page. I'm writing my own message. Click here to go to next page. I'm writing my own message. So when you write some message in the tooltip, when I hover here, I'll see that message. Whatever the message I written here, when I hover here, I can see this message. Client can see that. Click here to go to next page. So when client see that message, when I click on it, he'll come to this page. Right? That kind of actions you can perform using the buttons, guys. You can add the buttons. You can perform that kind of sort of actions. different actions are there. So there is a button. If you add a button, there is one more action called, I added a button called this. So when I add an action, default action to the button is back, back. What is the action you have? Back. When you add a button, when you on it, default action is back, guys, back. So if you are coming from page 1 to page 2, when I click on this button, I'll go back to the page 1. Let's assume I have page 5. From page 5, I'm coming to page 2. From page 5, I came to page 2. When I click on this, it will take back to the 5th page. This will work as a back. From which page? From page 1, if you are coming to page 2, when I click on this, you'll go to back. So from page 4, I am coming to page 2. When I click on this, it will take me to the page 4. Back button. If you want to use this as a back button, you can use it. Add a button and go and write the button text as back. You can write anything, back. When you add as a back, from which page you are coming? So in the action type, what is the action type you have there? Back, guys. So from which page? If you are coming from page 3 to page 2, when you click on this, I'll go back to the page 3. I'm coming from page 1 to page 2. When I click on back, I'll go back to the page 1. I'll go back to the page 1. So if you want to use it as a back button, you can use it. You can add a button, you can choose back. And what other actions you have? Back, bookmark. I'll discuss about bookmark. Drill through. We already discussed about drill through. Whenever you need to pass a filter from one page to another page, you can add a button. You can use it as a drill through. Yes, we already discussed it. Now I discussed about page navigation. And there is an option called Q&A. You can even use a button as a Q&A. Q&A means I can add a button here, shape, insert a button, and I can insert a button here, button, and I can use the action it as a Q&A. I can go and select it as a Q&A. When I select it as a Q&A, what happens is when you click on this button, it will ask you to write a question there. So it will ask you to write a question here. So I want to see what is the total sales amount we received. So when I type sales, it will show what is the sum of sales you have. Understand, guys? I can add one button here. So I can write ask a question. Ask a question about your data. Ask a question. So I'm writing, let me even write same thing in the title also, button text also. Ask a question. Ask a question, and let me increase the size to 25. So when a client can just click on this button, when they click on this button, they can ask a question on top of it. So when as the report is in the edit mode, I need to use control button, plus I need to click on this. Control button, I need to click on this. When I click on control button, it will open, ask a question about your data. Ask a question about your data. You can ask it, what is the profit we have? I can ask a question. It will show what is the total profits we have. Total profits. Total profits. I want to show region-wise sales. Region-wise sales. When you want to show region-wise sales, you can just type the question. Region-wise sales. When you type the question, it will show, it is showing in bar chart. I want in pie chart. Region-wise sales in pie chart. So client can type any question. They can see the data. They can see some data here. Or whatever you want, you can write it. I am able to see each region how much sales you have. I want to see category wise, or else top 5 customers based on sales. Top 5 customer names. Customer names based on the sales, guys. Top 5 customer names based on the sales. So or by sales, you can write it based on or by sales. Top 5 customers by sales. Top 5 customers by sales. I want to show. These are the top 5 customers who are doing more sales. If you want to provide a provision to your customers to ask a question, and if you want to, you can even change this icon. When you are asking a question, better to show this icon not with a blank icon, better to show it like a Q&A icon. Q&A icon like this, question icon. So better to show like a Q&A icon like this, right? So you can stop the button text also. When you have a Q&A icon, that means they can write a question on top of it. So whenever you need to provide a provision to write some questions to get the data, you need to go and perform a Q&A. Or else I want to click on this web URL. So I want to click on this. I want to go to my company website. I want to write a web URL here. So you can go here. You can add a button, a blank button. In the blank button, I'll write a text here. Right. Click here to go to your company website. Click here to go to company website. Company website. Company website. So whenever I need to go to my company website, I can click on it. Click here to go to my company website. So as I want to go to my company website here, I want to select an action called action called what? I want to select an action called web URL, website URL. What is the web URL? You can write it https://abtrainings.com. abtrainings.com. I need to go to this website. So you can write some message if you want. Same text, whatever the button text I written here, I'll copy that button text. I'll even write in the tooltip also. When you write something in the tooltip, you will get it here. When you hover here, on the top it will show. Right, that's it. When you click on this, it will take you to where? It will take you to the company website. It will take you to the company website. Like this, whenever you need to perform some actions, you can add the buttons, you can perform the actions. Keep in mind, buttons are used to perform some actions. Whenever client is asking, I want to click on that button, I need to perform this action. Go and add the button and try to set the right action to the button. Try to set the right action to the button. Fine guys. So we've seen what is buttons. Now we'll go and understand what is bookmarks and selection pane. First let me talk about bookmarks. So bookmarks and selection pane we'll use together guys. Whenever we need to achieve some requirement, we'll use bookmarks and selection pane together, we'll achieve the requirement. We'll use bookmarks and selection pane together and we will achieve the requirement. Let me explain what is this bookmarks and selection pane. Bookmarks and selection pane. Bookmarks first. So the requirement is, so here I want to create a visual here where I want to show region wise sales. Region wise sales. I want to show region wise sales. I want to add two buttons here. Button one, I want to write it as a chart or a graph. Chart or a graph. And button two, I want to write it as table. So I want to add two buttons. When I click on chart or graph button, it needs to show the data region wise sales in graph, a visual, or chart or graph or visual. When I click on visual, it needs to show the data in the graphical format here. When I click on table, it needs to show region wise sales in the table format. The simple requirement is add two buttons to the report page. Add two buttons to the report page. Just 1 second. Add two buttons. Add two buttons to report page. So when I click on one button, I want to see the data in the visual format. When I click on one button, I want to see the data in a table format. When I click on another button, I want to see the data in a visual format. Right? When I click on another button, I want to see the data in a visual format. So to achieve this, to add two buttons to the report page, when I click on one button, I want to see in the table format. When I click on another button, I want to see in the visual format. To achieve this, you need to go with bookmarks and selection pane. You want to use this both the features, then only you can achieve it. Then only you can achieve it. Let me explain in the simple terms. What is bookmarks? First, let me define it. Bookmarks. Bookmarks is used to save the state of the page. Bookmarks is used to save the state of the page. You will understand. Save the state of the page. State of the page. Whenever we need to save a state of the page, we can go and use bookmarks case. Bookmarks is used to save the state of the page. Whenever we need to save the state of a page, we can go and bookmark it. So basically, if you want to bookmark this URL for future reference, what you will do? You'll go and bookmark it, right? Make it as favorite. Bookmark the page. So here also bookmarks will save the state of the page. Save the state of the page. We'll talk about it. And a selection pane. Let me give the definition of selection pane also. Selection pane is used to show or hide the visuals. Selection pane is used to show or hide the visuals. Show or hide visuals. So whenever we need to show some visuals or hide some visuals, we can go and use selection pane, guys. Selection pane is used to show or hide visuals. Whenever we need to show or hide the visuals, we need to go with a selection pane. We need to go with a selection pane. Selection pane is used to show or hide visuals. Show or hide the visuals. Fine. Now let's start my work here. So when I click on one button, simple. I want to add two buttons here. When I click on one button, is you will write as visual, and second button you will write it as table. When I click on visual, I need to see the data in the visual format. When I click on table, I need to see the data in the table format. Let me add two buttons here. So how to add two buttons? Just go to the insert, add the button. I'll add a blank button. And the blank button, I'll write a text like, in one button, I'll write a text like button text, visual, guys, visual. And let me increase the text size. Let's change the color. Right. Button text. If you want, you can even add outline, something like this. You can format it. Fine. We added one button and the button name is visual, guys. And I need to add another button. Go to insert. Insert. I'll add another blank button. So in the another button, I can even keep it here also. No problem. I'll keep it here wherever it is. Copy the format painter and paste it here. And second button text is table. So this time when I click on this button, I want to see the data here in the visual format. When I click on this button, I want to see the data in the table format. I want to create two visuals here. I want to create two visuals side by side. I want to create two visuals here. One visual I want to show, I'm taking a pie chart here. In the pie chart, I'll try to show a region-wise sales. Drag the region, drag the sales, and let's do some formatting. Go to the format, stop the legend, category comma detail labels, and change some color. If you want, you can increase the text size. Or else do one thing to make it bigger, actual size, do it in actual size. Let me add one border for this. Add one border, right. Let me reduce the detail label size. It is too high. Fine. So we are able to show region by sales, guys. In the same visual, what you need to do is you want to create a table visual again. Now you are showing in the visual format. Let me create another table visual here. A table visual. In the table visual also, let me present a region wise sales. Drag the region and drag the sales. If you want, you can increase some text size. Drag the region and drag the sales. If you want, you can increase some text size. Text style. Go to grid. Increase the text size. Fine, perfect. Now you can copy the format painter, paste it here. We created a visual. Now what I need to do is, so I want to keep one visual behind another visual. I want to keep one visual behind another visual. You can keep it one on top of other or one behind the other. Anything is fine. So you can keep it exactly here. Now what you need to do is, I want to bookmark the page. When I want to bookmark the page, so there is when you have a button, under the button you can perform one action called bookmark. Under the button you have one action called bookmark. When I click on button, I need to perform some action. So that action I want to perform here is bookmark, guys. First I want to bookmark the page, and when I'm bookmarking the page, so one time I need to enable the visual here. Now you have visual and table. One time I need to enable the visual, I need to bookmark the page. I need to hide the table, I need to enable the visual, I need to bookmark the page. So if you want to hide the visuals, two visuals are there here. I want to hide the visual here. So if you want to hide the visual, you need to go with selection pane, guys. Selection pane will help us to show or hide the visuals. Let me open the selection pane now. Let me open the selection pane now. Go to the view, you'll find show panes. You'll find show panes. In the show panes, you'll find an option called selection pane. So when I click on selection pane, in that page, how many visuals you have, you can find it. In that page, I have two buttons. These two are buttons. I have one table visual and I have one graph. Totally four are there. So when I am bookmarking the page, one time I need to hide the table visual. I need to show only a visual. I need to bookmark this page. I need to save the state of the page and I need to give that bookmark behind the visual. I need to use that bookmark behind this visual. I need to use that bookmark behind the visual, guys. Behind the visual. Right? So simple, guys. This time what I did is I hide the table visual. You can hide, guys. I hide both the visuals. You can show table visual. You can hide it. If you want to show graph, you can show it. So here you are seeing hide button or hide this visual. If you want to hide, you can hide it. If you want to unhide, you can unhide it. Show this visual. If you want to show this visual, you can show it. So like this you can do, guys. Now this time the requirement is, one time I need to enable the visual here and I need to save the state of the page. And if you want to save the state of the page, you want to go with the option called bookmarks. So go to the view tab and click on bookmarks. When I click on bookmarks, I can add a bookmark. I can add a bookmark. I can give the bookmark name. I can give the bookmark name as visual, guys. Visual. This bookmark, I'm showing the visual. You can rename it and you can double click on it, rename visual. Visual. I'll give a bookmark name as visual. Same way, once after creating this bookmark, this time I will hide this region. I'll show the table and at this state I will bookmark, I'll create another bookmark. So now the report page is in this state. I want to bookmark this page. When you want to bookmark this page, you can just click on add again. Add again, rename to table. Understand, guys? In this bookmark, I'm showing the data in the visual format. In this bookmark, I'm showing the data in the table format. Once you created the bookmarks, so while creating these bookmarks, I make use of selection pane also. While creating the visual bookmark, I hide the table. When I'm creating the table bookmark, I hide the visual. I hide the visual. So these two together I used it. Now you are done with this work, guys, bookmarks and selection pane. Now you want to select this table go to the format, go to the format, go to the action, go and perform the action. This time I want to choose bookmark, guys. Below the table, when I click on the table, which bookmark you want to show? I want to show table bookmark. And click here to see the data in the table format. Click here. I'm writing a message. Click here to see the data. See the data in a table format. Table format. And same way, I'll go and select a visual button, and I'll go and perform some action here. Go to the action, on the action, and in the action, the type is bookmark. And again, the type is bookmark, bookmark, bookmark. And the bookmark is, which bookmark I need to go is bookmark. So in the bookmark, you can select bookmark type as visual, visual. I'm assigning a bookmark called visual here. Click here to see the data in the visual format. Click here to see data in visual format, visual format. You can write any message, guys. Visual format, format. So look at this here. Click here to see the data in the visual format. Click here to see the data in the table format, visual format and table format. So now you simple, you assign the bookmarks here. Action, I select a bookmark, visual, I assign it. Here, I select a bookmark, I assign the table here. Now when I click on this visual format, it will show the data in the visual format. As the report is in the edit mode, you need to click on Control plus this button. But when you save this report, when you publish this report, when you share with clients, they don't want to check Control button. When you click on table, the data will be shown in table format, visual format, table format. So look at this. However they want, because they're just clicking on the buttons, the data will change, guys. Whenever you click on some button, when you want to show some state of the page, you can go with bookmarks. Keep in mind, so whenever client is asking, when I click on some button, I need to perform some action. Then you can go and add the buttons. Under the buttons, you can perform actions, different actions, page navigation, URL, website URL, and bookmarks. So you can perform different actions. And selection pane. Selection pane, while creating the bookmarks, we need to hide some visuals, or we need to show some visuals sometimes. While creating the bookmarks, when you want to hide some visuals or show some visuals, you can make use of selection pane. Selection pane will help us to show or hide the visuals, and bookmarks will help us to save the state of the page, and that bookmarks can be used behind the buttons. Behind the buttons. When I click on any button, and that corresponding bookmark, it will show data. It will show the data. Right? Any questions so far?
Sunil, I have one question. That is, suppose instead in the for the visualization, I want to display two different charts. One is the pie chart and another one is the column chart. Okay, so I will put it on one rectangular shape, and if I do hide and display that particular rectangle shape, will that completely hide the entire to visualization, and then if I revert back, then it will come
You
again.
can do it.
So is that
You can do it. See, it is just a bookmark. So what you
mhm.
need to hide, what you need to show, just you need to bookmark. That's it.
Okay?
You
So
can get it.
means if I can you please go to that that view and insert rectangle,
Insert.
uh, insert
Okay.
insert insert, that is a shape, insert shape.
Uh,
Yes, you select a rectangle. Okay.
okay.
uh, uh, in that rectangle, I am putting one pie chart, another one is the column chart. Okay.
Uh,
So these two objects that I am putting within a rectangle. So now whenever I'm clicking on the table, okay, it will display the entire rectangle. So both the chart will be automatically will disappear. So is that possible, or do we have to manually select both the chart and then then it will work or something like that? Means suppose rectangle is like a container where actually I'm putting two different object. And when I'm hiding that container, it will hide
Just
the
try it.
uh,
I explained bookmarks and selection pane concept. Just
mhm,
try it what you want to achieve. So I'm not
mhm.
getting the requirement, clear requirement what you are trying to ask. Try it. If you stuck somewhere, I will help you how to complete it. Okay.
Okay, okay, then
Just
I
you need
will,
to
I will.
utilize these two options. Just utilize
Mhm,
this bookmarks and selection pane option. So one time
mhm.
when you click on one button, what you need to show. One time when you click on
Okay.
another button, what you want to show. Based on that, create two bookmarks. Create two bookmarks and give that bookmarks behind the buttons. So work with simple visuals. Even it
Mm,
can work with complex things. Only thing is, when you click on this button, what you want to
mm,
show. With that, create one bookmark. When you click on this button, what you want to show. Create another bookmark and give
mm.
that bookmark behind these buttons. Whenever you click on that button, at the time of creating that bookmark, what you are showing there, that will be shown. When you click on this button, it will show you.
Okay, I will try today and I will let you know tomorrow.
Right. You just try it,
Sure.
and if you find
Yeah.
any difficulties, please let me know. I'll tell you how to do it.
Okay, sure.
Hello, Sunil.
Yes.
I have doubt about the Q&A. In that we can ask any question regarding the data which we have, but
Right.
which we did not do any visualization. We
Uh,
can ask in that question also. So for suppose in page one you asked
you
you
can
did
ask any question.
total sales.
I don't even
Okay.
create any visual here. You can write questions. See, sometimes for all the questions you might not get the data. Let me write here. He is telling that you want today's sales. You want to ask a question today's sales. What is the question you sell that? Today sales. You want to see today's sales? Today's sales. So blank value. So it will create in the backend guys. Today is 6th January 2021. It will try to show today's sales. We don't have any sales today. We can write your questions. Just type your questions. Go. Please go ahead and ask your question. I'm not completely understand your question.
I want to know that which we will not done in the visualization. Also we can ask the question that.
Right now, I write it right.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not
Now I
I'm not done
understand.
with visualizations. You got it.
Yes.
Fine. What are the pending topics we have is the pending topics we have is grouping, binning, sorting, and tooltip page. I'll share a video about these topics, guys. I'll share a video about grouping, binning, sorting, and tooltip page. About this, I'll share a video. Go through them, and by this, we are done with Power View. Tomorrow, we'll go and start Power BI service, guys. You'll get a video of grouping, binning, and sorting, and tooltip page also. Tooltip page. So just go through these videos. You can easily understand it. Go through the videos and try to understand these topics. And by this class, we are done with Power View. In tomorrow's class, we'll start with Power BI service. Even I'll share this bookmark selection pane and buttons video also. So it is bit confusing. So go through this video also. Bookmark selection pane and buttons. Even I will share this video also. I already discussed it. Even I will share this video also. Go through that also. If you have any questions.
So
Fine.
you will share two videos. One is for the
Grouping, binning,
grouping
sorting, and
and
tooltip page, bookmark selection pane and buttons. All the topics I'll share.
okay.
Fine, guys. So tomorrow we'll start with Power BI service module, guys. Tomorrow we'll start with what? Power BI service. Let me publish these notes. Today we discussed about bookmarks, selection pane and buttons. Bookmarks, selection pane, buttons. I'm saving with this name. Click on save. Let me publish it to desktop. 9 a.m. December 2020 Power BI files. I'm publishing to this workspace, guys. Fine. We'll stop here for today. I'll continue from here in tomorrow's class. See you tomorrow, guys. Thank you.